Lycanroc goes real hard, crazy damage, no need to guard. We target the bench and leave you scarred. We raise the bar, just look at the card. All weaklings go into discard. Ha! Think about that for a sec before you plan an attack. I'm a wolf and I shred you, it's the fact. Don't look at my bloody eye, you're prepared to die. The sun is down, the moon is out, and I'm roaring loud. Got my claws ready to demolish all the dark res. It's over and out with the new set. Fighting will be around. Got my strong energy, a Regirock tree and Kukui to knock you out. You see, there's no chance with garbage recovery is in the hand. I see every move ahead. It's all planned, I target on demand. This is your last stand. What do you want to defend? I go right through you, is the end. And even got Zygarde as my best friend. One energy to finish you off so damn easily. I bite, I scratch, the prizes is what I snatch. I bite, I scratch, this will be your last match. I bite, I scratch with an ability to assist. I bite, I scratch, and when I'm done you'll cease to exist. Yeah, that's right guys, Lycanroc GX, time to review this one. What's up YouTube, it's TCG here and welcome to episode 115. Before we get started, I wanted to inform you that we are holding a top deck tournament on the channel where the best standard decks face off against each other, so be sure to check that out if you haven't already. The link will be in the comment section below. Now with that out of the way, today we are gonna look at the new Midnight form of the Lycanroc GX card that comes in the Guardians Rising set, and why it'll be a deck to be afraid of. Well, first let us check out the main card itself. Lycanroc GX, the Midnight form, is a stage 1 fighting type with 200 HP, just like its midday counterpart. It's a decent number, but not the highest we've seen from a stage 1 GX. It has a 2 retreat cost, which is yeah, reasonable, and it is weak to grass, which might form a little problem here and there because yeah, the Decidueye GX and the Lurentis GX both are in the format and hit for weakness for that amount of damage. They actually one-shot the Lycanroc GX, definitely because the Decidueye can use Feather Arrow as the added power. Okay, so that weakness is not good to have, and yeah, even the Tapu Bulu, which get released soon, is also not good for the Lycanroc GX. So basically, any grass type will actually eat Lycanroc GX alive. Other than that, it's a quite nice type to be because fighting type hits for weakness like most popular things like the Darkrai EX. This is actually really huge because Darkrai EX is a deck that is being seen a lot of play and will add it a lot more play when Darkrai GX hits the format, so that's why having a fighting type is not as bad as it seems. Usually you can also hit for Tauros GX and one-shot that guy because otherwise Tauros GX can use that Mad Bull GX, which is actually overpowered, but yeah, we can just one-shot Tauros in one blow because we are a fighting type. So definitely it's not a bad type to be because we have support, we have a strong energy that gives us some extra power. Now yeah, with that out of the aside, we can also look at his amazing attacks before checking out his ability. For a fighting energy and a DCE, so 2 energy attachments only needed, you deal 110 damage, which is a nice number considering you can one-shot things with a fighting weakness and 2-shot the other things. With strong energy, we can even hit for 130, which is the perfect amount to destroy Baby Volcanion, Xerneas, and any other shenanigans like that. So if they don't have fighting 30 belt, that is, or even just destroy Vileplume in one shot. We can even just evolve straight into, if we evolve, we can have that ability, which I'm gonna explain later. So getting rid of Vileplume was never that easy. Yeah, now the GX move is where things go crazy. With that damage output for fighting and a cardless energy, we deal 50 damage times the amount of bench Pokemon our opponent has, which maxes out at a whooping 400 damage if our opponent has Age bench Pokemon, if they have Skyfield, that is. So with that, yeah, you can have a huge attack indeed for a GX move, so we'll definitely one-shot a lot of things. And think about the bench space for a second. The Decidueye decks have most of their bench full. Rayquaza, goes even overboard with that and having more than 5 bench Pokemon. Volcanion decks also need their bench space for their Volcanion EXs, maybe Hoopa, so it's not a bad thing that our opponent has a lot of bench Pokemon, so with that we deal more damage. So on average we mostly deal 150 damage for 2 energies, which is really great, and it gets even better in the late game when your opponent has more bench Pokemon. So a perfect GX move in my opinion, really great, and things get even better if we're looking at its awesome ability, which is basically a free Lysandre. It states when you evolve the Rockruff into Lycanroc GX, the Midnight form, you can choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and switch it with their active Pokemon. How amazing is that, right? Think about a well-played evolution with a Rockruff using that ability of the Lycanroc GX and finishing off something with a huge damage output with that GX move, getting your last prizes like that, or maybe, yeah, getting rid of a threat that was powering up on the bench. So having that ability with the free Lysandre built in is really good. So all around, it's a very good card since we don't have to play Lysandre for the turn. We can have another supporter for that matter, maybe playing a Hex Maniac, or even Professor Kukui could be beneficial for us as the supporter after we use the ability to drag up something. With the Professor Kukui, we deal even more damage, or if you just need some draw support, Sycamore is the card to be, or even an N in great situation. So indeed, it is awesome that we don't have to rely on the Lysandre in our deck. Another great thing is the Evolution Spray, which can help you reuse the ability or switch to the midday form if you want that. Yeah, so that's an option to think about, but we'll have to find space in the deck first. So what are some great options to make a deck with this amazing card? Well, the thing that comes to mind, of course, is the midday form of Lycanroc. The synergy that both cards have is really great. The midnight form just Lysandre's out something, and the midday form just disrupts energy, so it can be kind of a neat combo, playing maybe 2 middays and 2 midnight forms in its own Lycanroc deck. So yeah, that attack crunch is always quite devastating of the midday form to discard energy, so maybe we can just play that in combination with the ability of a built-in Lysandre of the ability of the midnight form. Wow, that was a mouthful. Okay. Another option to think about is Zygarde. Yeah, Zygarde EX is just a great card all around. It has a huge amount of HP. For a single energy, it can already attack, and it gets even better. With a second attack, you even heal. So it has great attacks around the board, and combined with strong energy, Fighting Fury Belt, and maybe Professor Kukui, you definitely have a great attacker on your side. Lycanroc GX comes in as the support Pokemon to just Lysandre out things with the build-in ability, while the Zygarde EX hits for a ton of damage and goes after the right Pokemon time after time, destroying the Gloom before it goes into Vileplume, destroying something that your opponent wants to set up that needs to evolve still, like maybe yeah, some Cosmogs or anything like that. It's a really great ability in combination with Zygarde, so maybe that can be a deck on its own. And if you want to boost the damage even further, so Zygarde yeah, already deals a massive amount of damage just for a basic, you can even boost that damage with Regirock EX. It also works with the Lycanroc Midnight form, just to throw that out there. Regirock is really great and it boosts the attack power of the fighting Pokemon by 10, and that stacks up, so if we have 3 of them out, we deal an additional 30 damage. In combination with Kukui, strong energy and all that shenanigans, we definitely one-shot Pokemon, and having that built-in Lysandre definitely makes sure that we're hitting something that we can knock out. So yeah, this fighting deck has a ton of potential and options available, so if you focus more on the midday form and disruption, then definitely adding some crushing hammers, enhanced hammer, and maybe 1 or 2 team flare grunts can actually be quite deadly, that strategy, so your opponent will be annoyed when they don't have energies in play and you Lysandre out something that does not have a floatstone or anything like that. While the midday form yeah, drags up some stuff, the thing that can also work in this deck, we have some energy acceleration that we definitely want to abuse, because yeah, when there's something in the discard, it's not that yeah, easy to get back your energy, so that's why Carbon Break actually might be just the card for you that you are looking for. This is a regular basic Pokemon, the regular one. It prevents damage from EXs, so that is great, but if we go all the way to his break form, we can attach 2 energy cards from our discard, which is awesome. That can also count as strong energy and DCE, so that is awesome to just set up another Lycanroc on the bench. There is also another option I want to talk about, that is the Eeveelutions. We do know that Lycanroc GX is a stage 1 Pokemon, so having the Eeveelutions from Ancient Origins is definitely something to consider, because we can then hit for weakness against most things in the meta. If we're facing off against Yveltal or Rayquaza, we get out our Jolteon. If we're facing off against Volcanion, kind of scary, we're just getting out our Vaporeon, healing, actually dealing super effective damage and one-shotting everything, because at 110 damage times 2 one-shots everything if we're going for the weakness. So yeah, another thing to mention here, we can also evolve to Flareon to hit things like, can we hit for that? A bunch of grass types. I don't think we will be able to destroy the Decidueye, but if we have strong energy, that shouldn't cause us any trouble. Alright, with that out of the way, the Eeveelutions is another idea that I mentioned. Next up is another crazy rogue deck idea that might even work in theory, but we'll have to see if it actually works in the... when we test it out, we have Lycanroc in combination with Vileplume. Definitely play Forest of Giant Plants to get Vileplume out as quickly as possible. Because we create an item block with that, and our opponent won't be able to use energy acceleration like Max Elixir or Aqua Patch, and then with that built-in ability with the Lysandre, we can just drag something out when we evolve to Lycanroc, and we can just take something that has a huge retreat cost, put it in the active position because Floatstone is blocked, Switch is blocked, Escape Rope is blocked. We just put it in the active position and slowly crunch away at our victory with the midday form, while the Lycanroc midnight form is there just to Lysandre out stuff. So that is an awesome combination like that, and even the midnight form can even finish off the job himself with that huge GX move, so that is awesome. Okay, that was it for another card/deck analysis this week, so be sure to let me know what you think about Lycanroc GX, the Midnight form. I think it's a beautiful card and definitely want to have one in my binder to actually make decks with. Now let's continue on with this episode. It's time for some Poké-News. Yeah, that's right, Poké-News is back, of course. First off, there are some new scans of cards that are coming out in Japan. We start off with the most interesting one first, a new GX, Tsareena GX. It's a stage 2 with 230 HP, which is just average since there are others that have more HP, aka Decidueye, aka Solgaleo and stuff. So yeah, it's average HP, it's weak to fire. Which means Volcanion, it's just a Volcanion meal, and it has a 2 retreat cost, just standard. It has a first attack that lets you drag a Pokemon of your choice to the active position of your opponent, and make it confused. So that sounds not bad at all. It's just build in to just put something in the active position and make it trapped while it's confused. And then it has a nice combo attack. Its second attack deals just 90 damage. But if your opponent's active Pokemon is confused, we deal 180 damage instead. And that number is just a perfect number. We definitely knock out anything in our path. Even though Lapras has 190 HP, we hit for weakness, so that does not even matter. And the good thing is it's for a grass and a DCE, so it's not that bad at all to set up. But it's the same with the, it's a shame we have to use the first attack first because, it's not an easy way to get your opponent to be confused. But lucky for us, it has the attack to do that. Now let's move on to his GX move. This is where the interesting shenanigans comes into play. Queen Command GX. It forces your opponent to discard 4 cards from their hand. Holy moly, in the late game when you a lot of resources have been used and you end your opponent just right, when you use that attack they have no cards left in their hand, they are just stuck and they have to top deck. I know Oranguru and Octillery are nice counters to it, but other than that, this is a huge attack that can actually win you some games because it's so easy to get out with Forest of Giant Plants and just pair it with a Delinquent. Just think about this situation. There's a Stadium card in play. After you used Forest of Giant Plants, you evolve into Tsareena, then there's a Stadium card in play, of course. You use Delinquent, with that we discard the Forest of Giant Plants and discard, let your opponent discard 3 cards from their hand. After that, we use the GX move and boom, we discard in total 7 cards from our opponent's hand. That is crazy to think about. Should be a nice strategy indeed. So that is a quite disruptive cards. Combine that with some Crushing Hammers and some shenanigans. This card might actually do some shenanigans and win some games. Let's move on. Next is Lunala, a regular stage 2, 160 HP. It is nice, that HP, but the ability has a built-in bulk just like the Raikou that came before it. If it has a Psychic Energy attached, your opponent deals 20 less damage to the Lunala. Not bad, but the attack it deals 80 damage and deals 20 more for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, sort of like a Psychic. But it needs 3 Psychic energies and it's a stage 2, so in my book this will not work at all. There are better things to do shenanigans like that. Okay, I say shenanigans a lot nowadays because something else is coming up. There's Solgaleo, again with 160 HP, just like Lunala. It has an ability which states if it has a metal energy attached, it has no weakness. which is definitely needed if you're facing Volcanion, because Volcanion is still popular and yeah, it destroys metal decks in its whole. So yeah, it also has an attack for yeah, 130 damage for 3 energy, so you maybe could play one in a Solgaleo GX deck just to have a non-GX attacker, but I personally wouldn't use it. But that's just me. Lastly, we also have a magnificent Pikachu Full Art. It's a terrible card, but then again, it's a beautiful card nevertheless, and it could be a collector's item. You can also, yeah, I wouldn't mind putting it in a deck if I'm playing the Raichu with that, yeah, attack, do the wave sort of stuff that we have more damage depending on our bench size. So yeah. Also, the Ultra Pro portfolios for the Guardians Rising set have been revealed. They look really nice, but I prefer the big binders over the small portfolios because it's cheaper in the end and it stacks up more cards. And to finish off, Poké-News, the mythical Pokemon from the 7th generation has been revealed. Marshadow, it looks kind of cool in my opinion, and will be featured in the new Pokemon movie, the 20th Pokemon movie. So something to look forward to indeed, just with some popcorn and just relax, sit back and enjoy that because it's a new Pokemon, a new movie, always nice to see that. And that is it for episode 115. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely show your support by destroying the like button. You know I always appreciate that. And your thoughts, opinion and epic ideas are always welcome in the comment section below, but keep it clean, yeah. And that was it guys. Thanks again for watching, and I will be seeing you guys soon with more TCG videos. Peace out!